Welcome back to Vandersville Plays. I'm a little bit nervous about starting the recording right here, and I'll talk about it. We're going to play Hex Shards of Fate. It's an MMO collectible card game. I just spent a very long time, like 40 minutes, going through all the different race and class combos you could possibly get. I have decided to be a necrotic mage, by the way. I haven't built a deck. That's why I'm a little bit nervous about starting up the recording now, but I click start and there's story happening, so I figure we don't want to miss this. So, you're going to learn about this game as I do. I went through the tutorial, went through about 5 matches. You know what? We're like 40 seconds in. Let's get moving on this. Greetings, Young Awakened. Welcome to the Necropolis. I am Drokkord. I've been informed that you wish to speak with me. What is this place? Look at Drokkord. Look at this. Oh, this freaking old-style vampire-looking dude. Alright. Anyway, I don't look much better, so... The Necropolis. It was built by the humans a very long time ago. For centuries, the humans would entomb the corpses of their most beloved monarchs within these stone crypts. Now we use those same corpses for our physical forms. Indeed we do. That body you are currently walking around in once could have been a duke, a prince, or even an ancient king. I have no memories of being royalty. Of course not. These bodies retain none of the memories of their human forms. We merely use them as a means of physical mobility. Your consciousness is contained within the hexing gems embedded in your eye sockets. So the humans are angry, or what is our purpose here? We merely wish to exist, like any other sentient creature. We want to work towards our goals without the threat of extinction from those who see our very existence as blasphemous. The humans will never understand. I will say this about humans. They are tenacious. Once they get an idea stuck in their heads, they will pursue it, even if it means their own demise. Forming the Underworld Alliance was a necessary step towards ensuring our survival against such single-minded fanaticism. So the different races you could be would be either Ardent or Underworld. They seem very Alliance and Horde. I've gone with Underworld as I really liked the Necrotic's racial abilities, and I really liked Mage, and I really liked what abilities you get when you mix Necrotic and Mage. We'll get into all of that later, of course. So, what is the Underworld Alliance? You are still new to this world, Young Awakened. The story of our people can begin with the arrival of the meteor that smashed into the planet about 2,000 years ago. We call it Hex, and the meteor has become like a second moon. The impact scattered hexing gems throughout Entrath, and those gems were used to awaken the first Necrotic. We were able to keep our existence on Entrath. Entrath is just Earth with an extra NTR. And they moved... No, just an extra NT. We were able to keep our existence on Entrath a secret for a time and went about our business unobtrusively. But the humans eventually discovered our presence, and as you already know, they used their fear and ignorance as an excuse to attack us and what we had attempted to build here. They still do to this day. We went looking for allies. 3 centuries ago, we approached the dwarves and asked if they wanted to help. The humans are obsessed with building things, while dwarves want nothing more than to destroy, so joining up with us seemed logical to them. Once we managed to convince the aggressive Shinhari and the zealous Venin to join our cause, it's gotta be Shinhare, what am I thinking? They were a rabbit race, so of course it's hare. The aggressive Shinhare and the zealous Venin to join our cause, we were officially organized as the Underworld. The humans formed their own alliance amongst the surface races, and the war was on. The fighting raged for 100 years. The humans soon realized that it was very dangerous to fight us in open battle, because fallen humans could then be awakened into Necrotic. We came close to completely dominating the surface world, but unfortunately, our enemies eventually managed to beat back the Underworld onslaught. The global war is over, but the Underworld bides our time. We're gearing up for the next incursion. The humans will never leave us be, so they leave us no choice but to eliminate them. Man, if your race requires dead humans to move on, killing all the humans that can procreate and make more dead humans, potentially dead humans, eventually dead humans, seems like a bad plan. Maybe they've got something figured out for that. Sooner or later, young one, you will be challenged by your enemies. It would be best to prepare to defend yourself against the fanatics from the surface world. How do I start? Find Iddy. She is proficient in identifying what is unique in a new awakened like yourself. She will help you hone your skills so that they may be applied decisively. I shall. You can quickly navigate a city to find characters to chat with, or click and drag on the screen to move left and right to explore. Double-click any characters you see to speak to them. They might give you a quest reward, or challenge you to a fight. Hey, there's Iddy. What if I clicked on this? Oh, it would just take me to her. Okay. Well, this is awesome. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be walking around all MMO style, but I honestly didn't think that there would be anything representing the world, so this is kind of cool. What do we got up in quests? Alright. Normally I would learn all this stuff before playing, but like, story just started right up. Oftentimes I'll play for an hour before starting a new game, but that involved building a deck, and I didn't want to go rebuild a deck twice, so... Velocilov's blessings to you, friend. Volosilov? Ah, I see you are freshly awakened. When Hex first hit the planet all those centuries ago, the largest chunk of the meteor came to rest not far from this necropolis. We call this massive diamond Volosilov. All the hexing gems used to awaken new Necrotic are chipped off this crystal. So in a sense, we are all pieces of Volosilov. If you intend to survive, you must learn to defend yourself. There are any number of lunatics in this world who seek your destruction because of who you are. They are welcome to try and kill me. They will fail. Humans are your first gameplay. I agree with this, but I don't want to die, so they're welcome to try to kill me. Your enthusiasm is inspiring and will serve you well in your travels. I advise you to temper your conviction with skill and precision. I will show you how. Very well. Let's start. Iddy's Devotion. Alright, so basic means has to be used at sorcery speed if you know magic. And then your threshold is diamond and blood, which will make sense in a bit. That's white and black. And 4. A random opposing troop gets -1/-1 this turn. A random troop you control gets +1/+1 this turn. Okay. So resources are weird in this game if you're used to magic. Let's say you... Oh, good. I don't have to build a deck for this first fight. So let's say you play a red resource. You now have 1 mana, and your threshold is 1 red. So let's say you've played 2 red and 2 white. You now have 4 resources and a threshold of 2 red and 2 white. So if you have a card that costs 2 mana and requires a threshold of 2 red, you can play that and you spend your 2 mana, but the threshold doesn't get spent. The threshold is just how much red you've played. So as long as you've played 2 red, you can play that 2 red card for 2 mana. With your extra 2 mana, you could do it again. You could play 2 cards that require a threshold of 2 red and spend all 4 mana on it, even though 2 of that mana came from playing white. So like it adds up to your total pool and builds up to what they call a threshold. And as long as you've played enough of that color, you can play things that have that threshold. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Your opponent chose to play. You could redraw once for free, and then if you choose to draw again, you will be dealt 1 less card. So see, this card costs 1 mana up here and has 1 white threshold. So as long as I've played 1 diamond, I'll be able to play him. This costs 5 mana of any kind. At least 2 whites have to have been put down to play him. This is not a good hand, but I don't want to life drain. This can't be blocked except by artifact troops and or blood troops. Okay. Life drain. Damage dealt by this causes control to gain that much health. But if you go down... Oh, you can redraw once for free. Okay. Before you have to mulligan. That's not too much better, guys. What is shift? I think one shot means it's used... Like you use it and then it's gone. So pay 1, it gets life drain, then loses that power. So Pulchra Stalwart. Okay, so yeah, one shot means it doesn't last forever. Got it. Steadfast does not exhaust while attacking. Flight works how you'd expect it to. Can only be blocked by other people with flight. And then Abominate. Basic actions. Additional cost to play this. Sacrifice a troop. Target troop gets +3/+3. Alright, we'll try this out. We made this far. There was a lot of talking, a lot of explaining. Tune in tomorrow for an actual card game. We'll see how the fight works.